Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Billy Taylor and these are your top stories. Next summer, some Scotland fans will be seeing their national team play in a major football tournament for the first time. They qualified for the delayed Euro 2020 last night, the first time they have reached a major tournament since the World Cup in 1998. Scotland supporter Sean Higginbottom is hoping for better fortunes than they had 22 years ago in France.
Obviously we didn't do particularly well then. And ever since then, we've not really come close until recent times. Just absolutely fantastic to see every Scotland fan coming together because, you know, such passionate supporters and such patriotic supporters. You know, you see the videos online everywhere of the fans celebrating and singing out on the streets and whatnot. You know, it's just incredible, really.
Scotland will face England at Wembley in Group D. England boss Gareth Southgate thinks facing rivals in such an occasion will be a challenge, but one he will relish.
This has really not just been an inconvenience for everyone, it's stopped everyone's training. And next year, there's qualifications, everyone's got to do qualifications again. So
a super occasion, although it certainly makes our life a lot more difficult.
Staying with England, and it has been announced that Republic of Ireland midfielder Alan Brown has tested positive for COVID-19. Brown played the full 90 minutes at Wembley in the 3-0 defeat to England. The rest of the squad and staff at Ireland returned negative tests. This could put the Three Lions fixture with Belgium on Sunday in jeopardy. The EFL are expected to agree a deal with its clubs to up the amount of substitutes allowed during a game from 3 to 5. If agreed, the rule could be effective immediately and would continue for seasons in the future. The amount of subs could choose from either 7 or 9 is yet to be agreed. Also in the EFL today, League One Swindon Town have appointed John Sheridan as their new manager. Sheridan leaves Wigan Athletic and replaces Richie Wellens, who left to take up the role of Salford City head coach. The announcement of a second lockdown in England has had a major impact on youth football. Local club Eastleigh FC are currently not allowed to welcome their youth scholars to play and train. Second-year academy scholars head coach Jordan Brooks is trying his best, along with the help of the club, to keep the mental health of his team healthy.
Well, we can't do anything about it. If we fix it, it'll come back.
We'll have the full exclusive stories from Eastleigh and Handball later. The return of the Turkish Grand Prix has thrown up a surprise in the opening day in Formula 1. Regan Valle has the report on the latest news from the Istanbul Park Circuit.
Yes, Bill, on a potentially monumental weekend in Formula 1 as Lewis Hamilton looks to match Michael Schumacher's record of 7 World Championship titles, it's going anything but smoothly for the Mercedes driver after the 2 Friday practice sessions. Racing at the Istanbul circuit for the first time in 9 years is Mercedes' closest rival Red Bull that have shown their intent today, with Max Verstappen posting the fastest time in both sessions, with his teammate Alexander Albon second fastest in Q1. But one of the main talking points so far this weekend is Ferrari, who are improving immensely following a rough start to the campaign, with Charles Leclerc putting his prancing horse into third in practice 1, only to go one better in practice 2, only being surmounted by Verstappen himself. Hamilton's teammate Valtteri Bottas rounded up the top 3 with Hamilton in 4th. Bottas will have to finish above Hamilton come Sunday if he stands any chance of denying the Brit a 7th championship and a 4th straight race win. Elsewhere, the AlphaTauris of Daniel Kvyat and Pierre Gasly continue their impressive season, finishing 6th and 7th in their second session respectively. With drivers complaining of a slippery surface, with some describing it as an ice rink, and Lewis Hamilton himself describing as his day as a disaster, the return of the Turkish Grand Prix could prove
an inconvenience for everyone. It's
the all-time greats.
Thank you, Regan. We'll have more on the F1 later. With the second lockdown in full swing, non-league football calendars are now empty, leaving players twiddling their thumbs. And Handball FC manager Ryan Labbert believes the extra time could be a hindrance.
So maybe think about things and not necessarily worry about it, so they could come back with a different mentality, or it could be a negative time where they aren't looking after themselves, and I think that's what most managers were worried that they come back to an unfit team.
Qualification for the Olympic Games in Tokyo has of course been largely disrupted by the pandemic. A gold medal at the British Diving Championships for Team GB's Matt Dixon meant the 20-year-old was close to realising his dream, but the crushing blow of a national lockdown back in March has proved a significant setback.
For everyone, it stopped everyone's training, and next year there's qualifications. Everyone's got to do qualifications again, so everything that happened this year, the qualifications are scrapped. So for me, winning gold in the British Champs last year is quite irrelevant.
Wales play Ireland tonight in rugby union, the kick-off of the New Autumn Nations Cup in Dublin. Wales defence coach Byron Hayward left his role last Sunday, and there has been reports of player unrest in the camp. Wales captain Alan Wyn-Jones is set to make his 150th appearance tonight.
We're focused and very clear on what we need to do, and we'll stick to that. As a player, given the tools to go out there and do a job, and we'll do that to the best of our ability with the tools and preparation we're given. When we win together. When we lose together as well.
Day 2 of the Masters is underway. Day 1 ended prematurely due to bad light, and those who are yet to complete their first rounds are starting to get back on the course. Paul Casey was the overnight leader on 7 under par, 2 shots clear of the field. Jack Sell can bring us up to date with what has been happening in the early stages of Day 2.
So the main headline from Day 2 so far is Rory McIlroy. He's completed his first round. He's finished 3 over par early in proceedings on Day 2. Dustin Johnson's on the green. He's looking to finish on 7 under par. He's got a birdie chance at the 18th right now. So McIlroy in real trouble early on. 50 players are under par for the tournament so far. The previous record was 38, so we wait to see if it's going to be a record-breaking day in Augusta. South African Dylan Fratelli is an early mover on Day 2. He's now 7 under and has a share of the lead with Paul Casey. He's completed 16 holes so far in his first round. Remember, conditions stopping play last night, meaning that first rounds are starting to draw to a conclusion early on Day 2. All players will complete their first round before any start round 2. As I mentioned, Dustin Johnson, he's looking in good shape early on Day 2. Him and Justin Thomas are on the course right now, both 1 shot off the lead at 6 under par. And if you're looking for any English news, Justin Rose has been on the move this morning. He's 5 under. Everyone, of course, looking to bridge the gap to Englishman Paul Casey, the overnight leader at -7. Casey isn't due to tee off in his second round till about 7 p.m. UK time, with heavy favourite Bryson DeChambeau and world number 2 John Rahm teeing off at 7:30. And some breaking news reaching us, Billy, just before we close out this bulletin. England women's game against Norway on December the 1st in Sheffield is being cancelled because of coronavirus.
Thank you, Jack. Remember, you can keep up to date with everything sport on our live blog at solentjournalism.co.uk and by following our socials at Solent Sports News on Twitter and Instagram. That was your 3 p.m. roundup. Thank you for listening. More from us in an hour.